Hello, and welcome back to Bedtime Fables. It's time to get cozy and relax as our story begins. Tonight, we are visiting a secret magical place that only exists when the world is fast asleep. Let your breathing grow soft and slow as our story begins. In a place tucked between a tick and a tock, a place that you can only find when you are sound asleep, there is a library. It is not a library of books, but a library of dreams. And for as long as anyone could remember, its gentle guardian was a small, wise mouse named Timothy. The shelves of Timothy, a small, old mouse with spectacles and a waistcoat-esque library, stretched higher than the tallest trees and longer than the longest rivers. They held no books. Instead, they were filled with countless glass jars, each one containing a single lost dream. A dream a child had forgotten upon waking, waiting safely on the shelves to be dreamed again one day. There were dreams of flying, swirling in jars like soft, white clouds. There were dreams of grand adventures, which glowed a brilliant, brave gold. And there were quiet, happy dreams of home, which pulsed with a warm, steady, and gentle light. Every night, Timothy would make his rounds. He would walk the long, quiet aisles, his little lantern casting a warm glow. He would dust the jars with a tiny feather duster, check that their cork stoppers were secure, and whisper a gentle goodnight to each and every dream. But tonight, as he made his way through the aisle of first adventures, he noticed something amiss. High up on a shelf, one little jar was trembling. Inside, the dream was not calm and sleepy. It was a bright, fizzy, and curious dream, and it pulsed and shimmered with an energy that wanted to be free. Before Timothy could even reach for his little rope ladder, with a soft pop like a bursting bubble, the cork flew off the jar. A shimmering ribbon of pink and orange light, the very essence of the escaped dream, shot out and zipped gleefully through the vast, quiet library. "Oh my," whispered Timothy, a small, old mouse with spectacles and a waistcoat. It was a brand new dream, a dream of discovering a secret garden for the first time. It was full of excitement and wonder, and it didn't want to be kept in a jar. It wanted to explore. It danced through the air, its light reflecting off 1,000 other sleepy, captured dreams. Timothy knew he couldn't let it get away. A lost dream, left to wander, would eventually fade into nothing. It was his job to protect it. He put down his duster and picked up his special tool, reserved for just such an occasion. A small, soft net, woven from the strongest, gentlest spider silk. "All right, little one," Timothy said softly, his voice full of a gentle patience. "The game is on, but it will soon be time to come home." And with a strength that belied his small size, the little mouse began to climb, starting the long, quiet chase to guide the lost dream safely back to its jar. The little dream was quick and playful. It darted and swooped through the quiet, dusty air, always staying just out of reach of Timothy's soft net. But Timothy was patient. He had been the guardian of this library for many, many years, and he knew its secret paths and high, dusty highways better than anyone. The chase led them to the Isle of Cosmic Wonders. Here, the jars held dreams of soaring through star-filled galaxies and bouncing on the soft, dusty surface of the moon. The little lost dream danced around them, its own pink light making the sleeping planets in the jars glow with a soft, rosy hue. Timothy saw his chance. As the dream paused to admire a jar containing a swirling comet, he crept closer and made a gentle sweep with his net. He almost had it. But the dream giggled a sound like tiny, tinkling bells and darted away. leaving behind only a shimmering echo of its light. As the little dream flew, the other dreams in the library seemed to wake just a little. A whisper of a dream about a friendly dragon offered a soft, smoky puff of encouragement. A dream of a perfect birthday party let out a silent cheer of colorful confetti. They were all rooting for the little dream's grand adventure. The chase led them to a quiet, forgotten corner, to the chamber of faded dreams. Here, the jars were covered in a thick layer of dust, and the dreams inside were pale and weak. These were the dreams that had been forgotten for a very, very long time. The little lost dream, full of its own bright energy, seemed to feel their sadness. It gently nudged one of the oldest jars. For a single, beautiful moment, the pale, faded dream inside flickered back to life, its colors returning as it remembered the feeling of being loved. And in that moment, Timothy understood. The little dream wasn't just being mischievous. It was sharing its light. It was reminding the old, forgotten dreams that they were still important, that they still held magic. The guardian put down his net. It was time for a different approach. He returned to the empty jar. From a tiny pocket in his waistcoat, he took out his most prized possession, a single, crystallized drop of morning honey, saved from a dream of a sunny meadow. He placed it inside the empty jar, where it began to glow with a soft, sweet, golden light. The light from the honey drop was not bright, but it was warm and welcoming. It carried the scent of sunshine and clover, the very things a dream of a secret garden would love most. Far across the library, the little dream paused its flight. It had smelled home. Slowly, no longer zipping and darting, the little dream floated back through the aisles. It passed the cosmic wonders and the friendly dragons, giving them a final, sleepy flicker of farewell. It was tired now and ready to rest. With a final, happy swirl, the dream flowed back into its jar, curling up around the sweet, golden light of the honey drop. It pulsed once, a soft, contented pink, and then settled into a peaceful, gentle slumber. Timothy picked up the fallen cork, polished it on his waistcoat, and pushed it firmly back into place. The little dream was safe once more. A deep and profound quiet settled over the library of dreams once more. All the dreams were safe in their jars, and the little guardian's work for the night was finally done. The long chase had made Timothy very sleepy. He felt a deep weariness in his old bones, the kind of happy tiredness that comes after a job well done. It was time for the guardian himself to find a place to dream. He didn't return to his own little mouse hole tonight. He found a cozy nook between a book of lullabies and a dictionary of forgotten words. And there he made a soft little bed for himself from scraps of parchment. And as he drifted off to sleep, surrounded by the quiet, magical hum of a million sleeping dreams, the little mouse dreamed his own dream. He dreamed of a secret garden full of sunshine and the sweet, happy scent of clover. The library began to fade, its magic slowly receding as the waking world began to stir. Its work was done for another night. The dreams were safe, and their guardian was at peace. The world outside the library was beginning to wake up. The sun was rising, birds were beginning to sing, and the magic of the night was giving way to the brightness of a new day. But high up in the quiet, dusty attic, the little guardian slept on, his energy restoring, his spirit resting. He was the guardian of dreams by night, but by day, he was just a tired little mouse who needed his sleep. In the middle of the afternoon, a soft creak echoed through the attic. It was the sound of the attic door, which hadn't been opened in a very long time. A little girl, the very same one who had dreamed of the secret garden, tiptoed inside. she was exploring on her own quiet adventure. She looked at all the old, forgotten things with wide, wondrous eyes. She found a trunk full of old letters, a rocking horse with one missing eye, and then she found a small, dusty music box. Timothy watched, holding his breath, as she picked it up and gently wiped the dust from its lid. She carefully turned the little key and opened the lid. A tinkling, gentle melody filled the quiet attic. It was a sweet, simple tune, a lullaby her grandmother used to sing to her, a song she thought she had forgotten completely. And at that very moment, in a place between a tick and a tock, something wonderful happened. Deep inside the library of dreams, a faded, forgotten jar began to glow with a brilliant, golden light. The dream of the lullaby had been remembered. It was no longer lost. From his hiding place, Timothy watched it all, and his wise old heart was filled with joy. This was the true magic of his work. He didn't just guard the dreams. He kept them safe until they were ready to be found again. He kept memories safe. The little girl eventually closed the music box and tiptoed back downstairs, a forgotten melody now happily humming in her heart. The sun began to set, and Timothy knew it was almost time. The magic of the waking world was fading, and the magic of the dream world was about to begin. He scurried to the familiar mouse hole at the base of the great bookshelf. As the last light of day vanished, the doorway shimmered into existence, a soft, swirling portal of silver and starlight. His library was calling to him. He stepped through and was greeted by the gentle, humming glow of a million sleeping dreams. He looked over to the jar of the forgotten lullaby. It was no longer pale and weak, but was shining with a warm, happy, golden light. Timothy smiled. It had been a very good day, and it was going to be an even better night. That night, no dreams escaped. All was calm. Timothy made his rounds, his heart light. He dusted the jars of dreams about cozy sweaters, and dreams of learning to ride a bike, and dreams of tasting a perfectly ripe strawberry for the first time. Each one was precious. Each one was safe. He returned to his desk and opened the great ledger. As he looked for a new page to make a note, he saw something that made him pause. There, beside his own name, was a tiny, shimmering, golden star that hadn't been there before. It was a thank you from the library itself. The little guardian, feeling loved and appreciated, finally settled down for his own rest. He curled up in his little parchment bed, holding the sweet honey drop close, and drifted into his own happy, peaceful dream. And now, the great library of dreams is quiet. The keeper is sleeping, and the dreams are safe. The air itself seems to hum a gentle lullaby. It is a place of perfect peace, and it is waiting for you. Think of your own day. Think of all the little adventures you had, the things you saw, and the way you felt. Each of those moments is a precious dream, ready to be placed on its own special shelf in your very own library. It's time to let them all go now. Let them float away and find their safe little jars. Let go of the busy thoughts, the noisy sounds, and the hurried feelings of the day. Let them all settle down. Feel your breathing become slow and deep. A long, soft breath in, filling you with peace and quiet, and a long, slow breath out, letting all your wiggles and worries drift away. You are in a safe, warm, and cozy place. Your bed feels so comfortable, and your blankets are tucked all around you, just like Timothy, a small, old mouse with spectacles and a waistcoat as own leafy quilt. You are completely safe. Listen to the quiet in your room. It is a special, sleepy quiet. It is the sound of the whole world getting ready to dream. It is a sound of peace, and it is all for you. You can feel yourself drifting now, like a tiny feather on a soft breeze, floating gently down into a wonderful, deep sleep. What will you dream of tonight? A grand adventure, a cozy home, a happy memory. Whatever it is, it will be your very own story, kept safe and sound until morning. You are so very sleepy now, so close to the land of dreams. You can feel it waiting for you, a place of wonderful stories and peaceful rest. You are almost there. The little guardian of dreams is resting now, his long night's work complete. He knows the dreams are safe, and soon you will be dreaming with them. New stories and new friends are always waiting for us here. Thank you for joining us at Bedtime Fables. We would love for you to be here for our next sleepy adventure. If you'd like, you can ask your grown-up to tap the subscribe button so we can all meet again. Until then, may all your dreams be magical. Sleep well. Good night.